Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So today we have a full face under 10, which means just that each product that I use is under $10. So definitely more agreeable for some people's budgets, especially mine. So I will just basically show you how I got this look. Really cheap. I think it's more of a glam-er look. But yeah, just keep watching if you want to see, and don't forget to subscribe and hit the little bell notification if you want to see more videos from me in the future. So yeah, let's get into it. To start, I didn't have many primers that were under 10, but I do have the e.l.f. Poreless Putty Primer, which I really like. I've used pretty much almost all of it, but I do have a backup, so at least I don't have to worry about that. And then what I usually just do, like I've said before when I've used it, is just like put it just like on the pore area. But since it's the only primer I got today, we're just gonna put it everywhere, and it works fine. I don't use a lot, I just put like a little bit on my hand. Okay, and I sometimes just like the primer to set in a little bit, so we are going to just actually go straight to eyes. I like doing that first. That way if there's any fallout or anything, I don't have to worry about it. So we're just going to prime with like a concealer. So I just have the ColourPop No Filter concealer that I like to use, and I'm just going to put a little bit on my eyes and use that as a base. I don't have any more kind of drugstore like eye primers, but what I did like that Wet n Wild one. That one's like $3 or something. That one's pretty good. But besides that, I haven't used many drugstore eye primers since I've just kind of stick to the MAC paint pot. If you see me looking over here, it's my mirror. That way I can see what I'm doing. I'm going to try to keep the brushes on the cheaper side as well. So we're actually just going to go in with a Wet n Wild crease brush. I think this is like $2. So we'll kind of keep everything cheap. And this actually just came out. It's the new Wet n Wild palette that they kind of came out with, like their holiday, like Halloween collection. It's the Coffin Break palette. I bought it because I thought it'd be a good like travel palette because it's just kind of more the neutrals and stuff. So, I mean, this look isn't going to be too exciting, but it's going to be pretty. So we're just going to go in with the transition shade and just put it right in the crease. I'm going to try to move the mirror a little bit. We're just going to go right into the crease with this transition shade. That's kind of on there, we're actually going to go in with this more red shade. None of these have shade names, so we're just going to go in with this red one right here. Oops. Yeah, that red one after the transition, and just put that a little bit lower but still pretty high on the crease eyelid area. Now that it kind of has those harsh edges, go back in with that transition shade and just kind of blend that out a little bit so it's not so sharp and angry. Okay, and then we're going to go in with a smaller like crease brush. This one's the Morphe M506. I think this brush was like $6. So it's not too expensive, and this is one of the ones I use the most. And I'm going to go in with the black shade down here. We're just going to use those 3 shades today, and I'm just going to darken out this crease, mainly just towards the back edge, and just barely bring it in to the front a little bit. This black kind of gives off like a purpley vibe when you blend it out, so just be aware of that. If you're wanting more of a warm kind of thing, I would go in with the brown first, but it does not matter too much here. and then I'm going to take a e.l.f. crease brush and go back in with the red and put it right over the black and just deepen up the crease with the dark red and black now mixed together. Okay, now that that is all blended out and nice like that, we're actually not going to use any of the shimmer shades in here. I really like all the shimmer shades, but I wanted to show you guys something else from Ulta. I can put all the prices down and stuff, but this is one of their lustrous foil eyeshadows in Gold Leaf, and these are super pretty. They're like, I think they're like $6-8, something like that. And you do need glitter glue, so we're just going to use the NYX glitter primer. I'm not sure how much this is, but I'm pretty sure it's still under 10. Yeah, the glitter primer is only $5, so we're good there. I'm just gonna just tap it out with my finger because that's a lot easier, and just put it on the lid, kind of leaving that back end still with the black so it's not covering that up too much. And then I honestly just think it's easier just to go straight into the shadow with your finger. It has a lot of pigment on it, so just kind of tap it, honestly, and that's all you need. And then all you do is just tap it on the actual eye. And this is chunky, so you have to, if you don't like a lot of texture, you might not like this, but if you just go in with like a lighter hand, you don't have to worry too much about the texture unless you really like that kind of look, which I don't mind it. I think it looks pretty cool on the eye. And then that's the shadow. I think it looks really cool. It's really like vibrant gold and really glittery and everything like that. It is chunky, but I like it, so yeah, I just wanted to let you guys know about those. They're pretty cool looking, and most of the time they have deals. If you buy, you know, 2, you get 1 for free. So definitely worth it. I have almost all the shades, I think. It is a bit messy, so you're definitely going to have to go in and clean it up a little bit. I'm just going to take a tissue and kind of just wipe that inner corner a little bit. But besides that, it is good. You can go back in with a crease brush, just kind of soften up those edges, and it's done. So yeah, I recommend these foiled shadows. They last all day on my eyes with that glitter glue, and they look really cool. And then I did have 2 options for an eyeliner. You can either go for the Maybelline Eye Studio, kind of like gel, or you could do like just the e.l.f. Liquid liner. I think today I'll just go in with the Maybelline one. And I'm just going to do like a black line and then smudge it out a little bit with some more black eyeshadow. I didn't want to do a wing today just because don't feel like it. But yeah, I just do like a small little line. Nothing too extravagant. Just make sure you get some black pigment on there for the shadow to stick to, and then you should be good. It doesn't have to be super sharp or anything because we're just going to smudge it out with black anyway. And this brush that I'm using is just like a cheaper like brush that I had gotten off Groupon. It's really nice. It's just double-sided. I think the whole set was like $20 for like 20 brushes or something. So now that that's done, we're going to go in with a Wet n Wild, just angled brush. I like this one because it's a little bit fluffier of an angled brush. And go in with that black shadow to smudge out the black liner. And it's just smudged out. It's real easy. I feel like it's kind of like a faster glam look. So then, now that that's all done basically with the eyes, we'll go back with it later with highlight and stuff. We're going to go back to the face, and I just have the Maybelline Fit Me foundation to use. And I don't really like to use brushes with foundation, so I'm not going to. I'm just going to use a sponge. This is just a Real Techniques sponge, and Yeah, I think this is like $6, so it's real cheap. And then we're going to do a little color correcting. I just have the LA Girl Pro Conceal, and this is the shade Peach. And this is really like strong, and if you use too much, it'll actually show through your concealer. So I just literally just do like 2 little baby swipes, and I only focus it mainly on this inner corner where my black circles are dark and awful. And then we're going to go back in with some more ColourPop concealer. I just kind of do lines like that down. And then just blend that out with this kind of pointy end of the sponge. And then I'm actually going to go in with a different concealer. It's called the Ulta Beauty Youthful Glow Concealer. I don't recommend using this under the eyes, but I like to go in and just kind of conceal some of my blemishes, which are pretty angry today. So yeah, I just go in with some of that, conceal it up a little bit. It's kind of more of a, it's kind of a softer coverage, so won't cover too much, but it kind of gives it a more, it is a youthful glow concealer, so it kind of makes it just look more natural on my skin instead of looking like angry pimples. So that's why I use that to just kind of conceal those. And then I'm going to go in with my Coty Airspun powder and use that all over my face. And then after I've kind of let the powder just kind of sit there, lately I've just been going on with like a really big fluffy brush. Yeah, this one that you can also use, this one was from Wet n Wild, but this one's off like a Groupon set as well. I think it was like 20 bucks again for some of those bigger face brushes. And just kind of go in with that and take off some of the extra powder you don't need. Now that there is foundation and concealer and everything under the eye, we're going to go back in and smudge some shadows out. So I'm going to take that red shade again and just put that right under. And you don't have to be too precise with it, and just kind of put it down under there, because then we're going to go back in with that transition shade and really go in and blend it out after just laying down the red. And then I'm just going to go in with eyeliner now. This is the Scandalize Waterproof Kohl Kajal, whatever. And it is in the shade 005 Nude. Just put that on the waterline. I couldn't find a black eyeliner that I owned, so we're just gonna go with kind of the more tan, and it'll be pretty. Okay, and then going in with another Wet n Wild brush. These are really good brushes for really cheap. We're gonna do bronzer, no contour, just bronzer, because the Wet n Wild contouring palette in the shade Dulce de Leche, this shade is kind of like a good bronzer and contour for me. So it's not too dark, but it's not too orange either. So I just go in with this, and it kind of just does both for me. If you wanted a separate contour, I haven't really found any just specific contour at the drugstore that I like. So I couldn't tell you that. There. I think it does pretty nice as both a bronzer and contour, so that's why I just use that as a double one. And then for blush, we can go in with a Real Techniques brush and actually go in with the Essence Satin Touch Blush and Satin Love. This is the number 20. My top broke off, so ignore that. But this is a good kind of like just cheap blush from the drugstore, kind of, it's kind of peachier, I guess. You kind of have to work a little bit harder to blend it out, but it will get there eventually. Okay, now that the blush is on, it does look a little intense, so what I like to do is, it's kind of complicated, at least what I think, just compared to what other people do, is I go back in with my bronzer brush and kind of has that excess product, and I kind of like to warm it up a little with the extra bronzer, and then I'll go in just with the big fluffy brush and kind of blend out those harsh lines or anything that is on my face. And then going in with a highlight brush, just kind of use any kind that you like. This is from like Miss Glam or something. You can use different highlights. I brought 3. So there's either the e.l.f. Shimmering Highlighting Powder. This is in Starlight Glow. This is kind of like a nice, it's not as blinding, it's more of a more natural highlight, so I just wanted to show you guys that one. And then the Master Chrome highlight, this is in the shade 250. This one is really nice. I've used a lot of it. My pan is showing. This is definitely more blinding compared to the e.l.f. one, so I prefer the Maybelline one more. And then today what I'll be using is the Wet n Wild highlighting powder, and this is in Precious Pearls, just because my look right now is a little bit more golden, so I'll probably put Precious Pearls on and then put a little bit of the Master Chrome just right on top. Never mind, this is actually all the highlight I need. It definitely looks very strong. I haven't used this highlight in a while, so I kind of forgot what it looked like, but I definitely don't need any more of that. But I do like this highlighter, and I think it's great for, I think it's like $4. Now to brows. I don't do a lot, if you guys already know. This is the Essence Make Me Brow. Just kind of, I just kind of put it through my brow a little bit, kind of shaping them up, because I don't do my brows. They are just all natural. I just kind of tweeze them and shape them when I do my makeup. Okay, and then onto mascara. This is the Revlon Volumizing Mascara. Yeah, it's about time for me to throw this out, but I like it, and this is probably the last time I'll be using it, just because it is kind of old now, but it's great. You do have to use like 3 coats of it just to kind of get to the volume that you would want, but once it's there, it lasts all day. To get the volume that you want, you do need 3 coats of it. And then finally, I did just get this. I think it's been around for a while, but right now it's on sale at Walgreens. So check if it's at your local Walgreens. They're getting rid of a bunch of colors to kind of set out new stock. This is in the shade Right on My Copper, and it's one of the Wet n Wild liquid catsuits. So yeah, definitely go there. They're getting rid of a lot of different shades. I had gotten 2 that were still available. So yeah, just try these out. They're pretty cool. It's kind of a metallic looking lipstick, which is kind of fun. I don't have any that I really wear, so this is definitely different. I think it's kind of a really nice wearable kind of metallic. It doesn't look too crazy on, at least. Alright guys, that is the end of this video. I pretty much love all the makeup in front of me. I've had it for a while now. I've almost used up like the highlight. The mascara is pretty much gone. I did have a couple new things in here that I want to show you guys that I did find. But besides that, yeah, most of this stuff is stuff I've used often, and it's cheap, so definitely go out and kind of try them out, especially like this highlighter. Can't really get great highlighter at the drugstore, so I think that's a good option. But yeah, guys, if you want to see more videos from me, definitely let me know if you liked this kind of video. I can do like even like more luxury brands, I guess, because I definitely have a lot of those. But yeah, just let me know if you like this video, or if you want to see me do kind of more things like this too. But besides that, I will see you guys in my next one.